Huh, I'm just a video making machine today, am I? I guess I am. But anyway, as I said, I'm a late comer on a lot of shit, and yeah, but when it's still relevant, um, and there's like within a week or two time frame, I say yeah, go for it. Let me talk about it. Now, this video will be a little bit controversial because it features the subject of Tucker Carlson. But I just would like for y'all just to hear me out on this. On October the 17th, I believe it was October the 17th, Jimmy Dore made an appearance on the Tucker Carlson show on Fox Network. I believe this is the second time I saw him. The first time back, I think it was back in March, early March. It was early March. He was on Tucker Carlson. But anyway, he was on Tucker Carlson, and this time, and it was over the negotiations with the stimulus between Donald Trump and Nancy Pelosi. And I all I have to say is that when Jimmy Dore, what he said on the program, I agree with it. And that is, if Nancy Pelosi offers a stimulus check of 1,200, double it. Do what it takes, because people are suffering from the repercussions. If they're not suffering from COVID itself, they're suffering from being laid off. They're suffering from the economic consequences, if not the virus itself. So, and people need money. And so that was something that he stressed that Trump needed to do. He also said give people health care. And right now, with COVID, there's no reason why we shouldn't have some kind of a healthcare system that like the rest of the industrialized democratic world. However, we we still don't think we need national health care, or at least a temporary one. Well, he was talking about that too on Tucker Carlson, which I was really impressed to be on a Fox show talking about healthcare for all, and actually being allowed to talk about it without any, the talking heads from Fox calling him an asshole as a result. So, yeah, healthcare for all, and Jimmy Dore said that the president that gives the Americans healthcare, they're going to put that president on Mount Rushmore. And so Donald Trump missed an opportunity right there with this COVID crisis. And then, of course, withdrawing the troops from Afghanistan. And right there, he was right. I mean, basically, Donald Trump is being a cuck of the military industrial complex and a cuck of the military. And, he campaigned on being a different kind of Republican, an unconventional Republican. But what did Donald Trump do once he became president? He became basically George W. Bush. Or he would, or what a Mitt Romney presidency would have looked like, or any other generic presidency. Yeah, he used fiery rhetoric to get his base fooled into thinking he's an unconventional Republican, but he's still the same old George W. Bush and Mitt Romney and John McCain and Bob Dole and your garden variety Republican. um, but Tucker Carlson allowed, credit to Tucker Carlson for having Jimmy Dore on the show. Now, there's a controversy with Tucker Carlson, and he's terrible on quite a few political issues. I don't see eye to eye with him on immigration, and some of the things he say are really ass backwards reactionary. And I want to make it very clear right now that some of the stuff that Tucker Carlson stand for, I oppose it. But considering that you have to also understand that Tucker Carlson is also a paleoconservative. He was one of the early critics of the Iraq War in the conservative movement. And he's been very critical of U.S. getting involved with these interventionist wars and all this empire building bullcrap that's been being conducted by the neocons all these years. And he is correct on that. And I believe it was Kyle Kalinske and Jimmy Dore that said this themselves on their shows, that whenever Trump it starts to behave like a neocon, and it looks like an imminent attack on Iraq is going, excuse me, Iran, or something is about to take place, and all of a sudden he backs down. The theory is that Tucker Carlson probably calls on Donald Trump and talks some sense into him. And here's the thing: would you rather, if you're on the left and you're anti-war, would you rather have Donald Trump listening to Tucker Carlson, or would you rather have him listening to, Sean Hannity, who loves to invade countries, or Mark Levin, who gets an erection and he probably masturbates till he is purple in the face over the idea of invading the country? I'm sure Mark Levin probably gets it, when he's away from his wife. He's probably thinking, yeah, let me pull my pants down. Yeah, bomb around. Yeah. Oh. That's Mark Levin at the idea of invading Iran. Or do you want Donald Trump to take foreign policy advice from Gene Pirro, who is almost as odious as Mark Levin and Sean Hannity? So I mean, I would say cut my losses. If Tucker Carlson is saying don't invade another country, just be glad he's the stop clock giving the right time twice a day. Okay. And as I said, I mean, and I'm glad that there's a conservative out there that questions corporate abuse. It's about time that people start doing these things, and it shouldn't be a partisan issue. But yeah, there are tons of things I disagree with Tucker Carlson on, but I have to congratulate him when he needs to be congratulated, and I congratulate him for having Jimmy Dore on the show. But let me tell you, it was on purpose that he was on, that Jimmy Dore was on just before Hannity came on, because word has it, Donald Trump gets comfortable, around 9 o'clock at night, ready to watch Fox News and watch Sean Hannity. And I know that Donald Trump is also on very friendly terms with Sean Hannity as well. But if he hears something like this, you can plant a seed. And somebody said, even somebody as rotten as Donald Trump, if you can plant a seed in his head, and they said that when he hears advice, he's not as ideologically driven, that sometimes he's capable of, if he hears good advice, he'll go and act on instinct and do this. And if we could see the troops leave Afghanistan, wouldn't we all be better off? I mean, haven't we had enough of these neocon wars that George W. Bush and Dick Cheney brought to us in the last 2 decades? We are still living in the Bush-Cheney era in terms of foreign policy. I know Obama was a refreshing change for about 5 minutes, but he ended up turning into George W. Bush. I wouldn't call him refreshing, but Donald Trump was the human Molotov cocktail that Michael Moore talked about. And it was a big old fuck you to the establishment of both parties with the election of Donald Trump. But you know what? He turned into another George W. Bush and Dick Cheney. So, here's the thing. Getting the troops out of Iraq and Afghanistan and getting us out of these neocon wars abroad would do so much, And I believe that if we start minding our own damn business, we wouldn't have to worry about terrorism, the way terrorism is a threat to the West right now. So it's just a food for thought, and all of that. If you like what you heard, press like and comment. If you were triggered, comment anyway. As a First Amendment absolutist, it's my duty to inform you that if you have a platform or you desire to build a platform, you feel passionate about something, go ahead and utilize it, because we're the muckrakers of our time. Share this content on this channel, and most importantly, subscribe. Help make this channel grow. And until next time, peace. Bernie Sanders for president in the year 2024.